I haven't shot it yet, but I am planning to do a tour of this room at some point. I think Dan is doing the same as he packs up his house. And in that video, you'll see that I have a bunch of Transformers, but I do not have many Transformers comics. This is not what got me into it. That would be this, which will be getting its own video at some point. But I had known IDW had restarted Transformers comics, and they had been going for years. What I heard universally was that Last Stand of the Wreckers was excellent. I bought it, read it, loved it, started reading Transformers comics, which I had some trouble with. It was initially a bunch of miniseries, so I had to consult wikis or reader curated lists to figure out the order that things should be read in. There's both a publication order and chronological order. Thanks to, surprisingly, Humble Bundle, I wound up getting most Transformers comics via PDF. I read the bulk of it that way, caught up with things. This, for some reason, was not available via PDF, at least at the time, and it was surprisingly easier to get the... this is obviously paperback, but it was easier to get this in print than to find it electronically for some reason. So I grabbed this. It is by Simon Furman and Don Figueroa. Furman is famous for writing earlier Transformers comics. Don does some phenomenal designs, and I'm going to tell you now. So I've read this twice. I read this initially years ago, and I've read it again now. I thought I didn't understand what was happening the first time, and I'm like, I'm gonna reread it. I'm gonna figure out what I missed the first time, and it turns out I still don't fully get it the second time through. But the art is amazing, and for that alone, it is worth the purchase if you can find it. We get a small hint of that here. There are a ton of characters on this cover. I believe most are actually in the book. I question whether or not Soundwave or Thundercracker are in it. I don't remember them being in it. And then we get some more on the back. These characters are the leads. I think they should be on the front instead of the back. But whatever. Now we have Stormbringer down here. He is the main antagonist, and really, for me, the point of confusion. So it starts off with, this is the Technobots and Jetfire. They find a strange energy reading coming from Cybertron. They go down to it, they investigate, they get attacked. Look at this art. That is... oh. There are a few artists that can just draw the hell out of robots. Don Figueroa is one of them. I'm going to skip to the end real quick, because there are some sketches at the back here. Well, here we have a larger version of the cover, which is great. Look at this. Good God. Just awesome. But here we've got some sketches. We have a version of this in toy form. I also have two, technically, of this guy, because Wilson was an idiot and gave me his. This design is phenomenal. I'm a big fan of this toy. I don't think anyone else likes it, but I do. So we get this amazing looking Megatron. There is a Thunderwing. You can see him clearly here. A bunch of this comic, as you will see, is fairly dark. Bludgeon. Great, great design. Cosmo's looking the most badass I think he ever has. That's crazy. And then a few more. So Don is just an amazing Transformers artist. But back to the story. So we have Technobots and Jetfire. Technobots, by the way, are my favorite, at least Autobot combiner. Anytime they're in a story, I like it already. They go down to Cybertron, they investigate a strange signal. Things really kick off from there. They get attacked. ambushed. Thunderwing is attacking something. Initially, I thought Thunderwing was attacking them. It turns out he's on a completely different planet, which I, again, didn't realize both times until the very end, when it says that he's coming to Cybertron from Nebulos. But, just phenomenal art. So there is a signal. Technobots Jetfire, investigate. They get attacked. Others then come to investigate their disappearance, including the Wreckers, seen here somewhat. So this has the Wreckers, and actually has the Predacons as well, another favorite team of mine. There are just a bunch of my favorite characters with phenomenal art, and even though I barely understand the story, it is a simple story, I thought, both times. Still, somehow, I barely understand it. And I still love it. I still recommend this book, even if it's only for the art. As I said, most of my other Transformers comics are PDF. I don't have them physically, but I do have some single issues. At least these Saturday videos are always going to be for trades, collections. So I think I will only be doing these two, but I do recommend the Transformers IDW universe in general. It was a fantastic read, specifically the More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light series by what's his face? I'll put it down there because I can't remember his name at the moment. But that series is phenomenal. If I wind up getting any of that, I will absolutely do a video. But this is still enjoyable. I'm definitely keeping this, again, even just for the art alone. I mean, some of this stuff should just be made into posters. It's fantastic. It's gorgeous. Anyway, Optimus, Wreckers, Predacons, Jetfire. Jetfire is always a favorite. It ends somewhat stupidly. Thunderwing is built up into this huge, unstoppable beast, and it winds up just one guy shooting him in the face a bunch of times is enough to stop him somehow for some reason. But whatever. Spoilers. They stop Thunderwing. This is good enough, I'm gonna say. I still enjoy it. It's just the story. Twice I've read it, and I still barely understand, but the art, gorgeous.